The primary symptoms I've had is a lack of memory, is a problem with memory. Um, for example, in studying for school, I have to write everything down. So I always recorded teachers. I always asked for permission to use a tape recorder. And normally I go through and note the most important facts from the tape recording. In reading from books, I would underline books, underline in yellow, and I would go back and write it all down. And then in studying for exams, it would give you more references. But sometimes I remember it, sometimes I wouldn't, so I had to keep going over it and over it and over to hope that when I was asked a question on an exam, I could recall some of that memory. Eventually, I had, I know I can't recall it. One of my disabilities, if you want to call it a disability, is often I cannot recall terminology. Now, my major being international relations, you have to learn lots of terms and lots of like NATO or United Nations or stuff like that. But sometimes I would want to say NATO, but I couldn't recall what NATO was or United Nations was or organizations like that, and it would drive me crazy. And PTSD, okay, that's what I wanted to say. I had a PTSD seizure, this is like 20 years ago, and luckily I had a border collie, a highly intelligent dog, and I never taught him to do anything for me, but he went next door, grabbed the neighbor's shirt, and dragged him over to my house because he knew I needed an ambulance. Now, I consider that saving my life, and I was very happy about that. I love the dog, and I thanked him very much, but I mean, things like that occurred a couple times. I also had 4 or 5 times I had cases where my vision would be impaired. Say, for example, you see a photograph, I could only see half the photograph. Or let's say you see A, B, C, D, all I could see was the A, I couldn't see the rest of it.